let's do this. What we're going to do today is we get a lot of questions about how do I do my launch? And why am I not getting any sales? And we thought that we could give you some tips on how to optimize your book launch. So we've covered many of those topics that I'm going to mention previously, but each one separately. And today I want to bring them together and show you how they all work together. Yes, the call will be 1 hour. We're not going to do a marathon. All right. So what I did is I prepared some slides, but it's more to keep me on track and so that I don't forget all the important things that I want to share with you. So let me just share my screen. Share. Okay. Can you see the slides? Can you see the slides? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'm going to leave the chat box and the Q&A to Lauren. And if there's something that you think I should stop and address on the go, just let me know and I'll pose. Yeah. So this way, can't multitask. So this is the best that we can do. So optimize your book launch. I think that in order for us to understand how we can use the Amazon platform to meet our goals and win the game, we need to first understand what are the rules of the game. So we need to understand a little bit what does Amazon want. Amazon is driven by its desire to maximize sales. It's not I would say the only purpose of Amazon is to make as many sales as possible. So remember that Amazon is first and foremost a search engine. It is not a publisher. So it has built a lot of algorithms in order to reach its goal. And the goal is, again, maximize sales. You'll notice the use of the plural when referring to Amazon algorithms, because there's a common misconception that there's only one algorithm. How many times I'm going to say this word? This is going to be a challenge. But that's not true. For example, Amazon's search algorithm is different from their bestseller list algorithm, which is also different to their new release list algorithm, and they have some other ones. So there are different criteria that are taken into account, but these algorithms rely on mainly two sets of metrics. So the one that are related to the sales performance. So Amazon will recommend your book only if it's selling. And the other metrics are related to the targeted audience. So sales performance metrics will decide whether Amazon will want to recommend your book. There's no point in recommending a book that's not selling. That's not in Amazon's interest. And the targeted customer factors will decide whom Amazon will want to recommend your book to. So let's look at each of those factors a little bit more. Let's talk about the sales performance. The algorithms will look at your sales history and give preference to titles that have steady sales rather than inconsistent peaks. For example, if you went from 0 sales to 100 copies in a day, followed by a drop back down to very little sales, Amazon assumes that the peak was an anomaly, and they will disregard it. So you need to aim for a daily sales volume that you can maintain over quite a few days. So when you think about your book promotion strategy, you need to avoid large spikes which can quickly drop off. So you need to spread your promotion across different platforms and audiences over a few days. So say if you have a list of, I don't know, 100 people, I would promote my book to maybe 50 people first, and then 50 other people maybe some days later. So we talked about some of the book promotion sites previously. I know it is time consuming, but it's really worth the effort at the very beginning to spend the time and our money to promote your books on those sites. The other factor that's really important in your sales performance is your sales conversion rate. So Amazon doesn't just care about your sales, but the ratio between the number of people who clicked on your book page and who ended buying your book. If a lot of people visited your book page and also bought your book, then your conversion rate is good, and Amazon will give you preferential treatment. But if we compare to someone else, let's say I'm selling 50 copies a day, and I'm having 100 impressions. And then someone else is selling the same number, also 50 copies a day, but they are having 200 impressions. Your conversion rate is not as good as mine. So Amazon will give me preferential treatment. Does it make sense? Okay. I'm assuming there's yeah, okay. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there. Okay, for most of you it makes sense, but let me just go one step back. So as a customer, you're going on Amazon and you're looking for books, and say your book is on I don't know. I actually have some example. Say your book is on anxiety relief for dogs. Okay. And then you search anxiety relief for dogs, and then you see books that are on anxiety relief for just anxiety relief. And then you click on a book, and then you realize that oh, actually that's not a anxiety relief book for dogs, but just for human. And then so you visited my page, but you didn't buy. Whereas on the other hand, if say you see another book and it clearly says anxiety relief for dogs, and you see the book, you go to the shop, you go to my book page, and you see, oh, okay, that's relevant to what I'm searching, and you buy the book. Then we okay, I'm now explaining this very well. Okay, let's scratch this. So I'm going to restart again. Struggling this morning. So let's say there's 10 people checking out your books. And then there's 5 people who end up buying your books. Okay. And then there's I also get people to check my book, and there's I get 20 people checking my books, but also only 5 about my book. So what does it mean? We have the same amount of sales. We have the same amount of daily sales, but there's more people visiting my shop than people visiting your book page. It means that my book is not as relevant for my for the readers as yours. Does it make a bit more sense, Sandra? Yeah. Yep. So if that's exactly right, Denise. So if they go to my page and they buy, that's of conversion. If they go on my page and they don't buy, then there's no conversion, and your conversion rate would be low. So it's better to have a lower, you cannot just look at the impressions on its own. It's always a ratio between how many impressions you get and how many of those people who visited your store it's going to actually buy. So yeah, okay, all right, let's keep going. Yeah, now sales is important, but if we're comparing the same amount of sales, you make 5 sales, I make 5 sales, but if there's more people visiting my store and you have less people visiting your store, but the same amount of sales, then you will get preferential treatment. Yeah, okay, yes, that's it. 10, yeah, I'm just looking at the, exactly, Ellen. So that's where, keywords become really important, because if you have keywords that are not relevant and you're directing people to visit your book page, and then they realize that, oh, this is not what I'm looking for, then they're not going to buy, and that's going to impact on your conversion rate. So Alice, is it better to have less people to visit but purchase when they visit? Yes, exactly right. So if say when you're going to do some ads and you see that you have a lot of impressions, so a lot of people visiting, and then but there's no conversion, that's where you need to check what's going on. And then we're going to talk about some of those things that you should check. All right, let's do this. So a good conversion starts with a great book. It is, I cannot stress this enough. Really, you need to value your readers. Don't take them for granted. They are all very sassy these days, and I don't know if you've experienced this, but I that's what I do, I guess, and maybe it's a bit of human nature. When something is great, you just take it for granted, and you don't really go to every single great store that you bought stuff from, or restaurant, to make a positive review. But when something is not that great, oh dear, the negativity is just coming in like super quick. So don't give your readers a reason to complain. So ask yourself this question: what is it in the book for them? Why would they want to go buy this book from you? And you remember that you're the ultimate quality control inspector. That means that, yes, you can use an agency, but the agency is not your business. You are the owner of your business. No one cares more about your business than yourself. So yes, you can get the agency to do the ghostwriting, the editing, the formatting, and all that, but you need to check. You need to check if the work is actually properly done. And the agencies are also using humans, and so there's some that might be better than others. So this is something that you need to control. You need to make sure that the end product is up to your standards. So to optimize your sales performance, and optimize your book page, here are the things that you really should focus on. You need to have a good book cover. Research what your competitors are doing, and emulate their style, and create an eye-catching professional cover that makes them want to click on your book. The readers absolutely judge a book by its cover. So getting a professional cover done, it's a money well spent. A great title. So the title is your premium real estate to promote your book. Titles that feature close or exact matches for search terms are guaranteed to be indexed for them. but so indexing just means that people will be able to, if people enter POTI training and you have these words in your title, your book will show up. We just don't know which place it's going to show up. It might not show up on page 1, and that's where you need the assistance of AMS ads and optimizing all the aspect on your book, but you will show up. But if you don't have those keywords, your book might not even show up at all on Amazon. Okay. So, but just one word warning: do not keyword stuff your title, because it's just going to read very spammy. A captivating book description, so entice your readers to know more and get them over any objections they might have. The weight of the keywords used here, it's much less than in the title, but they still might be indexed. So I would still pay a lot of attention to this part. And please, again, do not keyword stuff here. This description needs to be enticing for your readers in order to convert them into buyers. So make sure that you write this for human and not for algorithms. So hook your readers by showcasing your expertise or the burning questions that your book will answer. There's a link here to KDP's metadata guidelines, and you can have a read and see what are KDP's guideline to create your book page. So metadata, it's just a fancy word to say all the information that are showing on your book. So your title, your author's name, your book description, if there's any, if you're using a ISBN, so all those information, that's the metadata. All right. So getting reviews, I know this is a topic that we talked many times. Getting reviews absolutely helps to optimize your sales performance. Having good reviews is social proof that your book is worth reading and instill trust in your readers. So reviews signal quality to readers. I mean, good reviews, obviously. It's crucial to get reviews up on Amazon and other platforms right away. In your KPI training videos, as well as previously here, we looked at some of the ways of getting reviews and some websites where you can promote your books. Some are free and some are paid. I believe it's money well spent to get reviews. So when I say getting reviews, you're not buying reviews. Remember, this is forbidden, and you cannot buy reviews, and you cannot give some freebie in exchange for reviews. So, but we covered this in the training videos. So you can also build your ARC team, so your advanced review team. And so that's a team of people who will read your book and either give you feedback or give you a review. And then there's a lot of websites that actually offer this service. One of the frustrating thing is Amazon doesn't let customers post reviews until the ebook is published. And one way of getting reviews is to publish your book in another format, say, for example, the paperback earlier. For example, if you release the paperback 1 week before your ebook, then readers will be able to post reviews on the paperback. And since paperback and ebook are on the same Amazon page, book page, you will be able to accumulate reviews on your ebook page. Also, reviews don't come in straight away because Amazon is going to check it. So it might take 72 hours. I heard some people had even longer than that. I heard someone had up to 2 weeks to get the review published. But if Amazon finds there's something fishy, they just simply will not release review. All right, so Also remember, I'm just going to cover some of this stuff on reviews. Remember, there's verified reviews and unverified reviews. So verified reviews are actually people who purchased your book. I don't know what's the weight of each, but I know that verified reviews is always better than unverified reviews. Remember that you can also use our Facebook group to get some reviews for your ebook. So you can do this by coinciding your free promotion days if you enroll into KTP Select, for example, so that way they don't have to buy your book. And please don't do review swaps. So this is like review swaps is like, oh, I give you a review to your book if you do a review for my book. This is against Amazon terms and conditions, and Amazon will find out. It's, you know, their system is really clever, so they will find out. So make sure that you comply with Amazon's terms and conditions. Another tool that has been neglected by many authors is editorial reviews. So you can post editorial reviews in your author central section. So when you are going to publish a book, it's really important that you claim that book in your author page, author profile. And editorial reviews and customer reviews are two complete separate things. So customer reviews are written by people who have bought your book, and it's monitored very closely by Amazon. Whereas editorial reviews are written by people who've received your book somehow and agreed to do a review for you. Pretty much anything and everything is allowed in the editorial review section. So you choose the really nice ones because you can choose what you want to put in there. So the only things you need to avoid in editorial reviews are phone numbers, addresses, URLs, time-sensitive statements, advertisements or promotional material, availability, price, or alternative ordering or shipping information, profanity or spiteful remarks, and obscene and distasteful content. So you can find the guideline in your author central area. Editorial reviews are basically testimonials, and you're allowed to ask just about anyone to give you one for your book. So from professional reviewers to your own families. So all you need to do is you log into Author Central, click on the books tab at the top of the page, go to your book page, click on the title of the book you want to edit, choose under editorial reviews and click add review. And then you can just add reviews there. Obviously, you want the best possible editorial reviews. Get reputable, sorry. Merci, chérie. I'm cold. Go. I'm so sorry. Hi. I'm so sorry. Everything it's a bit harder with lockdown on. What I was saying. So yeah, obviously you want the best possible editorial reviews. Get reputable bloggers or website to offer your review and ensure that they are in line with your genre. And once you have your reviews, don't just copy and paste it as, you know, like this. Use a HTML generator, like, you know, the one by Dave Chasen. Is there a link there? No, there isn't. Helen, oh, sorry. Lauren, do you mind to just copy that? Wait, let me find it. 1 second. So, oh, did it work? Yeah. So, oh, No, wrong place. Wait. I just put the link to this HTML generator in the chat box. This is really great to make your reviews look much more professional. And also remember to add once you have your ebook published, remember to add the review link at the end of your book. And we covered how to do this in the training videos. And I believe that you have to put a different link for each marketplace for now. Sorry. Yeah, it's a bit painful. So the algorithms are incredibly sophisticated, and over time, you will know with very high level of accuracy who to sell your book to. But when it is a brand new book, you need to give them a little bit of a push. So that's why keywords, categories, and on-page metadata are for. So keywords. When uploading your book through KDP, Amazon gives you the option to list 7 keywords phrases. So by choosing your keywords wisely, you can reach readers who run a search using those specific words and any associated phrases. So Amazon keywords are the specific search terms or phrases that will lead a customer to the relevant listing. So in order to optimize your launch, having the right keywords is critical, because without these words, no one can find you and your book will not be indexed for relevant searches. And also, this is mainly for fiction books. Certain book categories are only accessible if you have a specific keyword attached to your book. For example, you cannot be in the fantasy characters / angels category if you don't have the keywords angels listed. So if you pick your keywords well, then Amazon will reward you by displaying your book higher in the search results for those keywords, as well as the related ones. So we have covered keywords in the KPI trainings and also in previous sessions here. But I just mentioned a few things that you can do to come up with the good keywords. So try Amazon's autocomplete search function. So please do this in incognito mode by typing the beginning of your potential keywords or a relevant phrase. If Amazon suggests the full phrase you had in mind as a possible search, you are onto a good one. Other people have searched for it before, and it already has some solid volume. And this technique can also help you find keywords you hadn't thought of before. Okay. Do I need to do an example? Do you guys want me to do an example, or it's pretty self-explanatory for the autocomplete? Yeah, okay. All right. So, the other thing, Lauren, if you can put in the chat box, is how to open a page in incognito mode.
Oh, yes, yes.
I'm just going
definitely do that. Do you mind if I say it here as well?
Yeah, just yeah.
Out loud. So if you're just in Chrome, that's beautiful, and you can get Chrome with a PC because your KD Spy is a Chrome embed. So all you have to do is when you're in Chrome, if you're on Mac, you do Shift, Command, then the letter N, and that's the short key to open it up. And then if you're in PC or Linux, I'm blanking. It might be Shift Control N, but that's the short key to open it up. But incognito mode will make sure that you don't have any cache or your own search history that Amazon is pulling from. So it'll keep it accurate. So your own search history won't influence it at all. So I'll drop those short keys in the chat.
Yeah, and so see, I'm
Thanks, Phoebe.
I'm in my incognito mode here. See, the screen is darker than your normal browser. So it's that kind of gray, black. And then you can see it says incognito here. And you can also see that I have my KD Spy plugin here. All right, so let's do a search. Say I want to say increase product. How to increase you so see how Amazon is auto completing things for me. And then I also have maybe it's a little bit too let me do an example. Sorry guys, another example. Let me think. Oh, look, see how it's auto completing for me. I do have, you might not have this, but it is a another plugin that I have installed, and it's called AMZ Suggestion Expander. It's a free extension, and then once you start typing things in, they're going to suggest words. So those are Amazon's autocomplete suggested words, and those are from the AMZ suggestion expander. So the keywords before, and sometimes they also have here they have keywords after. So I can see, okay, potty training book for toddlers, potty training in 3 days book. Okay, so if I go a little bit more and I want to see, so potty training kids book, potty training books in Spanish. So maybe that could give me an idea, because there's a I'm on Amazon.com, but there's a really big Spanish speaking community, and maybe that's a way to be a bit different. Yeah. Okay. So do we have any questions about this? Okay. For KD Spy in incognito mode, all what you need to do is, Lauren, can you, let me do this 1 second. KD Spy incognito mode. I'm in incognito mode, maybe this. There you go. So there's a link. Let me just get this. KD Spy. Yeah. I'm just going to copy this. Oh, that's all right, Ellen. I'm just looking for the link to explain how you can set up KD Spy in incognito mode, how you can enable it. It's already set up, but you just need to enable in incognito mode, and that links explain how you can do this. Okay, all right. DS. I think it's automatic header. I think you don't need to set anything up. I can't remember. And the extension that I use, yeah, it's called Amazon Suggestion Expander, and it's free. It's a Chrome extension. It's the same as the DS thing. Yeah, so for the Amazon Expander or the DS, I can't remember the exact name, sorry guys, DS something. it won't show until you're on the page in Amazon. It won't be active otherwise. So the app I use is called AMS Suggestion Expander. Just want to see. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I posted the link about it.
Oh, Brent, thank you. All right. So let's keep moving back to my slides. Okay. So where was I? So first, you can try using Amazon's autocomplete search function. The second thing you can do is use a keyword tool to get the numbers. And Publisher Rocket, it's great. Do you have to have it? No. Will that save you a lot of time? Absolutely, yes. And it is a one-off payment. It's $97, and you have it for life. So it's your time. It's way more valuable than $97. So I really recommend you get that one. Okay, so Publisher Rocket will give you suggestions for keyword phrases. It also gives you an estimate of keyword search volume and sales figures for the top ranking books for that search term. So this can really help you get a sense of your competition and the potential of your book. Publisher Rocket has a lot of training videos embedded in the tool. So they will, Dave Chasen, who is the who created that tool, he will explain in a much better way than I can. And I want you to maybe take a note of the factors that you really should take into account when you choose your 7 keywords. The first one is the keyword search volume or the demand. You want to make sure that there's enough people searching for this term. Enough does not mean high, because you need to find that sweet spot between a high volume, which means high competition, and low volume, which means no or very little, very few people actually are after these keywords. Only select keywords that are relevant to your book. For example, also, like I said, if your book is about anxiety management for dogs, you shouldn't have the word adults or kids in there, because your book is all about anxiety management for dogs. Check if this is really important. You need to use only the keywords that are relevant to your book, as relevant as possible. And we saw why, because if your keywords are not relevant and people come to click on your book page, but then realize that actually your book has nothing to do with what they're looking for, they're going to leave, they're not going to buy, and it's going to impact on your conversion rate. Check if you can compete for that keyword. So check how many other books are currently indexed for that keyword, and you can look at this at the search volume. So what you can do, let me just share my screen a sec again. Oh, sorry. Where's the share button? Yeah. Share. Potty training. Let's just do this. Potty training. Here, you see 2,000 results. It means that there's 2,000 results that have those words as their keywords. So I get the question where someone say, oh, but does it mean there's 2,000 people that I have to compete against? Yes, but if the search volume on from your research on Publisher Rocket, it's say 50,000. It's not that competitive. And you want to do a quick KD spy check. Oh, sorry. Okay, undo by estimate. So see where it says average search rank 8,000. It's pretty competitive. So it's a combination of those two things. You know, check the results volume here and check the search volume and check their sales rank, and then you can have a sense whether. And also, first of all, check that all those words are actually relevant, because sometimes you can have some, like certainly a what's that? Paw Patrol Chase. Oh, it's a songbook, potty training songbook. Oh, but I guess it's still relevant. But so just go over all the books on first page, check if they're all relevant, and check their sales rank, your average sales rank, and then decide whether if it's too competitive for you or not. Just on the first glance, for me here, it would be really competitive. I probably wouldn't go in there. So, oops, let me go back to my slides. Where's my slides? Sorry, I can't. Struggling with, where's my, sorry. Challenging. I'm trying to find my slides back. Give me 1 second. Keyword. Okay. So enough of search volume. Okay. Check that you can compete for that words. So as in the example, you can look first at the search result and do a quick KT spy check to see if the top 20 books are actually all relevant with, and if there's a lot of best sellers on page 1. I always want to be a big fish in a small pond rather than a small fish in a big pond, because the amount of work budgets are required if you are a small fish in a big pond will likely be very high, and it is not a strategy that we recommend. So you know that you can have 7 keywords or phrases up to 50 characters in each box. So let's talk about the difference between exact match and phrase match. So exact match means that your search term is exactly the same as your keywords. For example, the search term in the Amazon search bar is potty training for girls. And your chosen keyword, one of the 7, is exactly the same, potty training for girls. So search terms and keyword is exactly the same. So that's an exact match. Phrase match means that your search term is similar or very close to your keywords. For example, the search term in Amazon search bar is potty training, and your chosen keyword is potty training for kids. It's not exactly the same, but it's very, very close. Amazon does favor a little bit more the exact match keywords, but the algorithms are very sophisticated, and you will still be indexed for your keyword phrase that's slightly different. For example, if your keywords are in this one section, one box, plastic free, low waste home for sustainable living. This keyword phrase would index for phrase match for low waste home and also sustainable living. and also plastic-free living. So it is very unlikely that someone will search for that entire sentence, plastic-free, low-waste home for sustainable living. But it will work because it is a phrase match for several keywords that people will search for. So I would always prefer using a long keyword phrase rather than just 1 or 2 seed keywords. But the exception will be if you want to rank high for a very specific seed keywords. So you can use one of your 7 keywords for that. Amazon has a guideline on how to use keywords, and there are words that you should not use. So there's a link to Amazon's guideline on keywords, and you can have a read. And here are some of the ones that I've highlighted. So don't use your keywords, your 7 keywords, repeating something that's already on your book page, like something that is already in your title. Remember, title will be absolutely indexed. So if say in your title it says potty training for kids, don't put potty training for kids again in as a keyword. You're going to waste that spot. Make claims about the book's quality. So for example, you said this is the best book of all time. I'm sure it is, but Amazon will not let you to use that as a keyword. Anything that's misleading, which might cause the customer to select your book under false pretenses, like the name of another author. However, the keywords book like Harry Potter will be okay. Yeah. Information that applies to all our most books, like something that's so obvious that you don't need to put them in the keyword section. Intentional spelling errors or variants. But this does not include words with various translations or transliterations into English, so which you can include. So there's all those things that you can see in that list, in that guideline. The name of Amazon programs like KDP, you cannot put that in there. And don't put anything in quotation marks. This will stop the algorithm from indexing you for variants, and you'll be left with only exact match keywords. So to sum up, the things you're looking for in a keyword are decent search volume, not too high, not too low. They need to be relevant to your book, and you can compete. You can beat the competition for those keywords, and also to really max out the potential of your keywords, you should be using long keywords phrases and making the most of the characters available. So 50 characters per box. And don't include any of the Amazon no-goes that we just mentioned, and you are on the right track. You can, and probably should, come back and refresh your keywords at a later date. So don't worry, and it's not set in stone. But well-searched 7 keywords is going to give your book the best possible chance of success. So take your time when you select them. Okay, any questions before I move on to the next? Upper and lower search volume on Amazon. So it is I don't like to give a number for just one factor. So if you launch Publisher Rocket, there's a several column in there, and you remember how we said that you need to look at those factors all in conjunction with each other. You might have a relatively low search volume, say, but if the competition is also really low and there's still some sales, then I will still go give a try to that keywords, if that makes sense. Had do words in subtitle of books work as keywords? Yes, they do. Okay. Okay. Oh, Jesus, I'm going to run out of time. How do I do this? This is impossible. All right, let me go back to my slides. Categories. So categories, it's really, really important. You know that when you upload your book to KDP, you're asked to choose 2 categories for each format, ebook, paperback. This does not mean that your book will only show up in 2 categories. You have up to 10 categories in total for each format. So your category choices are crucial. If you place your book in a subcategory that doesn't match your book's content, you will struggle to win people over browsing in that category, and your ranking within that category will go to waste. So we cover this in the training videos. All what you need to do is you jump to KDP support, select book details, and then update categories and keywords, and send 1 email per book, and include all the categories you want your book to be listed under, and make sure to give them the full category path. So from the very top niche all the way until the subcategories. Okay. Oh, sorry. KTP Select. So we covered that not maybe just a few weeks ago. So this is a really great tool for self-published authors, especially the participation in Kindle Unlimited and the ability to easily run price promotions. But it does require a 90 days exclusivity period with Amazon. My view is when you're just starting, you want to use every tool that's available to you. So I would absolutely enroll into KDP Select, and you know that you have always the option of stop in being in that program after 90 days. KDP Select, so there's the 2 things. So the 2 promotion method is the free promotions and the countdown deal. So I like to use the free promotions. So this is how I do this. So I have my book up running. I have a few reviews there, and I'm going to start a free promotion. I'm doing 3 days, and I try to do them on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so that people will be spending money on the weekend, and then I will resume the 2 days that I have left the following week, and also I'm going to try to build it close to the weekend so that people will spend more money on the weekend. And then if it's applicable, I will also do a Kindle countdown deal, but that depends on the price of your book. And I will also continue the promotion of Amazon by going to those book promotion platforms. And so I'm going to keep the price quite low for quite a little bit longer, because remember, what I don't want is that spike and then drop off. So in my sales, so I want to have that kind of buyer curve that so Amazon thinks, oh, okay, she is consistent in her sales. Okay, so one last thing. Let me show you my screen. Okay. When sometimes you go to you want to talk about your book to someone, and you don't, for some reason you don't have the review link, you just want to maybe give a quick link to your family and friends and get them to buy the book. So what you do is sometimes what you do is you copy this URL. This is called a super URL. And if I'm going to copy it in the chat box. So if you can stop writing stuff in the chat box for a moment, because I just want you to observe this URL. So can you see in this URL, there's some keywords in there. Potty training books for toddlers. It happened that in the past, I don't know, maybe some people are still doing it. People are using this to game the system. And because they think that if they give this link to whoever the reviewers or whoever is going to buy their book, that Amazon is going to think that their keywords are the best because they're already in there, and then people just come into Amazon and they choose those specific keywords. And this is a way for some authors to game the system. Don't do that, because you can see here where it says, hold on, it's not in there. Wait a second. Wait a second. I just want to show something to you. Let me just not click on the sponsored one because I don't want to waste money for people. Just go to, or maybe because I'm in incognito mode. Let me just have a quick look. I just want to show you something. Yeah, you go, Lauren. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So, okay, all right. Can you see here where it says, what is it? QID. Can you see this? QID? I'll just assume yes. This is the number of seconds since, great. This is the number of 16262999979. This is the number in the URL link I just copied here in the chat box, Caroline. This is the number of seconds since 1st January 1970. Yep. So those URLs are stamped. So you can't, some people don't see this. Not in my screen, but in the chat box. In the chat box, I just copied the URL. So those links are all tracked and stamped, and people can't game the system. It's very clever. So don't copy this long URL. Instead, I would send a clean URL, and that goes something like this. So all what you need to do is show you the structure for that. So you what? All right. So you delete everything after DP. Can you see in the URL I just copied the long one, the super URL? There's www.amazon.com potty train day step /DP. So you can delete all that, and all you need to do is one second. I'm going to put this. So all you need to do is www.amazon.com/DP/your asyn, the asyn of your book. So for this one, the one that we're just doing right now, let's do this as an example. I'm just going to clean all this up. So that will be DP. What's the asyn for this one? What? It's bloody asyn. Oh, hang on. Okay, I'm going blind. 1 second. Wait. Okay. Okay, so this is me struggling live. Sorry guys. Oh yeah. Sorry. Got it. Got it. Just 1 second. Here we go. And this, and here we go. 990. Okay. Okay. All right. So it should be just this. Let's see if it works. Am I still sharing my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay. Here we go. Do you see? Do you see how I clean the URL? So don't copy this one. If you want to copy the URL, don't copy this one. Clean it up and just copy this one. And it's also much more visually pleasing. It's much shorter. Okay. And there's another site I want to tell you about. And it's called bookstoread.com. So this is a great site because it allows you to have one universal link, and you can give that link to anyone, you know, doing maybe your book reviews, and then they don't have to go to their specific marketplace. This one universal link, once they click on that, you will take them to their marketplace, their local marketplace. So if they're based in Canada, you will take them to Canada. If they're based in Australia, you will take them to amazon.com.au, so Australian one. So all you need to do is you paste that clean link that we just found. So that's the clean link we just did. You copy in there, make my universal link. And that's it. This is the copy this link, and this is the link that you should give to everyone. And then if you are, so for example, for me, I'm based in Australia. I'm copying this link in there. Oh, it's not working. Why it's not? Oh, because I didn't copy the right one. Yes, I did. Why it's not working? Oh, because I wonder if it's a format that I cannot have here. Wait 1 second. Oh, it's a paperback. I don't have that. I don't have that one. So, but I don't have access to paperback that's sold in the US market because they will not send a physical paperback copy back to here in Australia. Does it make sense? So you do the same thing. If you try with a ebook, that will work. So when I click on that link, it will take me to amazon.com.au. Okay. All right. And then just 1 second, because I want to go back to my slides. Okay, so this is your checklist. When you when you have your book done, so make sure that it's a great quality, okay? Check your title. Have you used your title with, have you used all the right keywords in your title? Check the cover, make sure that it's professionally done. Check the book description, make sure that you are attracting people to come and buy, wanting to buy your book. Have at least a few reviews. You know, spend time on working on keywords, and absolutely submit your 10 categories of your 10 different categories to KDP, and then use KDP Select to give a boost to your launch. So if you tick everything here, I am really confident that your book will see some traction and get some sales from there. Okay, all right, so how am I doing? Okay, I'm just 10 minutes over time. I didn't follow the questions in the chat box, so I'm just going to go very quickly in the Q&A. I do need to go kind of soonish, but let me just answer some of the questions, maybe some of the quick ones. Q question: how long is my access to KD Spy? It's a lifetime. Once you have it, it's for life. Are reviews linked the same for paperback and ebook? No, they're not. They're not. So if you publish your paperback first, then you get some reviews, and then you can publish your ebook, and then your book, because your ebook is linked to your paperback, so you some reviews will be already showing on your ebook page, and then you use the review link to your ebook, and you put, that's the one that you put in your book, in your ebook. You know, at the end when you say, hey, if you enjoyed the book, we really appreciate it to get a review. You can submit your review just simply by clicking on this link here below, and then that's it. Peer reviews, editorial reviews, I think you mean, Joyce. I don't know if you can. No, you need to publish your paperback, say for example, first, and then you can add the editorial reviews in your Author Central once you claimed that book. Should you have different 7 keywords in the ebook to the paperback? Not necessarily, but sometimes they might be slightly different. But for my own ones, they're the same, I think. Steph, are there different slides of Virginia's comments? Is still on. Oh, sorry, Steph. Yeah, sorry for the change of between different screen. I was a little bit struggling there. Post bookstory link. Wanda, or yeah, so let me just get the link. It's here. I'm just going to put this in the chat box here. So that's the link to create your universal link. The review link goes in the description. No, the review link go into the end of your ebook. You know, once people have read your ebook, that's where it's a good place where you say, hey, if you like my book, we really appreciate if you can leave us a review. And this is the link that you can click to get to the this is the link you can click to leave your review, and that's the review link that will take them straight to the review page. What's Lynn? What's there's for incognito? Yes. So if you just watch that video, that it's like not even 2 minutes, super quick, super easy. You just have to enable KT Spy in incognito mode. Have a watch at that video. I just post a little bit earlier in the chat box, I think. You should be able to find how to enable incognito in how to enable KT Spy in incognito mode. Whew, that was a bit of a challenge. All right, so I think I'm in the Q&A box. I'm pretty much done. Any, I think it looks okay in the chat box. So apologies if we missed some of your questions. I hope not. So what if you, Ellen? If you want questions and answers from Q&A, maybe do print screen. Okay. Yes. So if you know you can get the answers in the Q&A box. If you do a screenshot, I think that's what you're saying. All right, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a little bit. I'm juggling between different screens. So apologies for maybe the little bit of mess to follow. If I haven't answered to some of your questions, make sure that you send your email to kpi@blueskyamazon.com. I'm pretty up to date there, in case you're wondering. So I'm pretty up to date there. So don't hesitate to send me your questions, and I'll make sure to answer to all of them. Thank you for being with me. Thanks, Kirsten. Have a great day, everyone. And for those of you who are in Sydney, another lockdown, but we're going to get there. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend very soon. See you all soon. Bye.